Now, the birth certificate issue, as we stated before, can possibly not can is indeed a silver bullet. It can stop Obama with all of the potential that he possesses, with the winning the Nobel Prize, having the media at his beck and call, now being solicited by the climate change conference to be their world government leader. The birth certificate can stop him. And nothing else will. Nothing else will. No legislation will stop him. However, if those persons who believe that he is vulnerable and that this birth certificate issue will not go away, they tried to shut it down, they refused to discuss it on the news, and yet it remains vibrant, then they may start working against him in some of his policies and program, and you may see an internal struggle for another year. But Obama will still emerge the victor. The health care may not pass, health care bill may not pass, a cap and trade may fall by the wayside. You may see anarchy within the Republican and the Democratic Party as they scramble and jockey for power, but Obama will eventually, and they'll do that because of the birth certificate issue. But there's one other issue, that's Obama's homosexuality. Now, Larry Sinclair wrote a book about his sexual encounters with Obama, and a caller called into the Rush Limbaugh show, world's largest talk show, conservative talk show, the other day, and asked Rush Limbaugh about the Larry Sinclair, who is an avowed homosexual. He admits he's been a homosexual. He doesn't hide it. He admits he's used drugs. He admits all of that, but he also admits that he's been involved in a homosexual love affair with Obama. And Dan, of course, from Detroit, sent us a clip. Now, I want to play that clip because I want you to hear, and all of y'all know about Larry Sinclair and Obama. All y'all know. But Rush Limbaugh stated he's never heard of him. Listen to this clip.
John in Chicago. John, welcome to the Rush Limbaugh program. Hello, sir.
Yes, Rush. I absolutely love when you talk about your relentless pursuit of the truth, but you really do your audience a grave disservice when you yourself, of all people, censor the news and refuse to talk about Philip Berg and Larry Sinclair. Can I just give you two examples?
Who?
Philip Berg, the birthing issues, and Larry Sinclair is the fellow who said that Donald Young from Obama's gay choir teacher at Reverend Wright's church, who was killed back in December.
I can't talk about him because I've never heard of him, John.
Can I just give you one example?
No, you can't, because you lied. You told Mr. Snerdley, the gracious and gullible Mr. Snerdley, that you wanted to talk about 2012 and Hillary and the GOP leadership. And you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about two people that I, El Rushbo, who know more than anything that anybody else in the world, have never heard of. A nice try. You see, by the way, how politely I did that? He asked me if he could continue, and I said no. Most hosts at this point would be yelling at him, insulting him, and then yelling at their call screener, which I will do in mere moments. Snerdley's on the phone giving the guy grief. You ought to see Snerdley's.
Well, you heard that. Can you believe your ears? Can you absolutely believe your ears that Rush Limbaugh does not know who Larry Sinclair or Philip Berg? Are you serious? Who's the liar here? This is, you gotta conclude that if Rush Limbaugh is taking such drastic measures to avoid raising Obama's homosexuality and Obama's ineligibility, that's what the Philip Berg represents. Philip Berg represents the first person that raised the consciousness of America about Obama's ineligibility was Philip Berg out of Pennsylvania. The second issue was regarding Larry Sinclair, who states that he had a homosexual love affair with the long-legged Mac Daddy, and also that Larry Sinclair has evidence that links Obama to the murder of a Donald Young, who was the choir master at the Holy Trinity Church, where Jeremiah Wright was the pastor, where Obama sat for 20 years. And just on December, I think the 21st of the year 2007, Donald Young was found shot execution style in his home. Donald Young being an avowed homosexual. And Limbaugh says he's never heard of him. Do you believe Limbaugh? Do you believe him? Do you believe him? Or does it raise your alert antenna to the point that there's something going on? Here, I want to tell you this. I want to tell y'all something. First of all, I want everybody to know in the Tea Party, I love all the Tea Party people. I do. Now, you know, I was invited to 2 events out in Ohio, and I'm not going to either one of them. But that doesn't mean I don't love the Tea Party people, and that doesn't mean I don't appreciate your patriotism. God knows I love you, and I'm not condescending. It would just be my desire to try to turn that energy into birth certificate energy. If we could turn the Tea Party energy, and thank God for what you're doing. Please keep traveling across America. And please, you know, I was received so warmly by the Tea Party group, by all the speakers and everybody when I was in Washington on 9/2. Everybody hugged me, loved me, asked for autographs. Y'all, please don't stop doing that. Don't think somehow I'm against the Tea Party people. I'm not. And then some of y'all love Glenn Beck. I'm against Glenn Beck, but I'm with you. We can, you know, we can still be friends. But here, if we could turn the Tea Party energy into birth certificate energy, my God from Zion, if we could do that. If we could turn the Tea Party energy into birth certificate energy, and man, my friends, listen, I know you know that Rush Limbaugh knows Larry Sinclair. You know he knows Phil Berg. You know he knows these people. But he just stated right there on his broadcast that he did not know. And I think Rush is going to regret that. I think that he is going to live to regret that. This tape is going to be played over and over and over again, and he's definitely not going to be able to get away from it. He's going to regret having said that. He's going to regret it. In fact, it might be the death knell. It takes away his credibility. I don't know how anybody could ever listen to him again. I don't know how anyone could ever listen to him again. And to say he was not rude to the caller, he was rude to the caller. He was very rude to the caller. You know, I guess people will still listen to him, but I can't imagine how they can place any credibility. But I think beyond that, because this matter will eventually reach there'll be Supreme Court trials, there will be community trials, there'll be a whole lot of different things that will be happening in America over the next few years as a result of Obama's ineligibility to serve as U.S. president. And people are going to be called. There are going to be trials, hearings, and a lot of people are going to go to jail. They know they are. And I'm staying on the case until it happens. Rush, I'm very disappointed. I am very disappointed that you have responded to that caller that way. And Dan out in Detroit, you are indeed a treasure for getting us that information as you've done. But I'm very disappointed in Rush Limbaugh. Very, very disappointed. But I think it's telling, don't you, that just how grave this situation is. Obama's not going to get away with this birth certificate issue. He's not going to get, it won't go away. I'm not going to let it go away. I'm not going to let it go away. And you and I together, we can keep this matter going.